Must have let my guard down to get taken like that. Better ask around the underground mall to find out where that kid went. Brother and sister won. Well, that kind of gives away some context. He's probably taking care of his sister or something. Isn't that sweet? It's going to be a heartwarming orphan story or something. And probably a long one because it's numbered. I just knocked that guy on his ass. He's dead now. The power stance doesn't give any fucks. Never has, never will. You're a shopkeeper. You're not that kind of interactive. You. Ooh. Hey, you seen a kid pickpocket around here? I take it you mean Tadashi? Nope, I ain't seen him today. You know his name. Did I have a name before? I don't think so. I think someone just warned me that someone goes around pickpocketing. Did a kid pickpocket run through here? Good question. But I'll need a little something before I give you an answer. Say, crisp bill. Beat it out of him! Saijima, Jesus. But also I'm trying to catch a pickpocket, so here's me giving people money. It's like, shit. Alright, fine. Thanks. If it's Tadashi you're looking for, he ran off toward the underground parking lot. A parking lot, huh? Trying to zero in on whatever the voice was before. Voices fluctuate a lot over the course of a playthrough. It's a challenge. Well, shit. Not sure what direction to start with. These are the guys that are talking about, like, the hitman or whatever? That assassin. I'm not here for the assassin, I'm here for pickpocket child. Is he apologizing? It looks like he is. It's a lot of bowing. What did you do? What did you do? I'm learning to not like this place. I don't like the underground parking lot very much. It's really big. It's mostly empty. There you go. I don't like running around in circles looking for stuff in here. I guess I don't really like looking for stuff in Yakuza, just in general. It usually isn't very rewarding. Because it's often not very signposted. This time it wasn't the worst. You really do just kind of awkwardly walk around a map looking for an icon, and that's it. So it's just not, there's not much to it. 3, 4, 5. That big guy sure was slim pickings. I'll be taking the cash you stole, kid. What the? Hey! Can you prove this money is yours? You just said it was? Easy now. Didn't your old man ever teach you not to take what don't belong to you? Shut up! My dad's gone. Yep, called it. Orphan taking care of his sister. Kid. Come here a sec. Never go with strange... Nope. Nope, don't go home with them especially. So what's your name? Tadashi? Tadashi Inoue. Alright, Tadashi. What's a kid like you doing in a place like this? What happened to your folks? My mom and dad died in a car crash 2 years ago. So you were all on your own? Nuh-uh. Huh? I have a sister. My big sister, Akiko. Ah, I see. But you don't live with her. A debt collector took her away from my dad's debts. The man called her Collateral. After Mom and Dad died, we were supposed to go to an orphanage. But they said as long as we still had relatives, we couldn't. So me and my sister went to live with my uncle's family in the country. Then how'd your sister get taken away? My uncle might have been a relative, but he's no family. He and his wife sold Akiko to the debt collector. Wait, what? Last year, This man named Tadokoro came up from Tokyo. He told us to pay back the 5 million yen our dad owed. He said if we didn't have enough money then and there, he'd take my sister for security. So your uncle just handed her over. Uh-huh. Even Akiko said she didn't want to be a burden to my uncle's family anymore. And so you came all the way here to Kamurocho hoping to set your sister free? Yeah. I'm saving up my money, and then... I gotcha. You know, I've got a sister of my own. Not a big sister like you have, a little sis. You do? Yeah. Name's Yasuko. She was such a sweet kid. We drifted apart, though. You don't ever see her now? Yeah, well, I've been through some stuff myself. So what's the sister of yours like? She a precious brat like you? A precocious brat like you? My sister's not a brat. She's brave and kind. She looked after me after our parents died. She's the best big sis ever, and she's the only real family I've got. You've come a long way, boy. Fought hard on your own. I guess. But you need money to get your sister back, yeah? The debt collector said I can either pay back the 5 million yen, or I can do whatever jobs he tells me to. Time to call up a certain purple suit guy. That'll solve all of the problems. At least the parts where the sister's captive. That's why you've been picking pockets. I'm just a kid. Nobody will hire me. Besides, I can't do the kind of work he wants me to do. It would actually be kind of great if Saejima tried to borrow money, and then like our previous character became the villain basically for a while because he's making us do stupid fucking tests, and it's like just a really, that would be an example of just like inverting and making you just kind of resent that character, which is deserved because he's kind of the worst in certain ways. And it's like, okay, well now you have to do the test because you're a different character now. Haha. That'd be really clever, actually. That's actually clever enough that I'll be disappointed if nobody ever has to do one of his tests in this game that you play as, because they've got to make you on the receiving end. That's such a missed opportunity if they don't do it, because everyone has money problems. But then it might undercut the narrative, because having a magic money lender that solves your problems could really undercut like the actual direction that some of the stories go in otherwise. What's funny is we have a really sympathetic character. Like, this kind of became the main plot just now. Like, especially since it says part 1, so this might be a really long quest chain. It might be this game's equivalent of that of like last campaign's guy who wants to be an entrepreneur but has no real direction in life and is also bad at his job, and just it kind of was this like failing up privileged kid that was kind of hard to care about that much. He was kind of just frustrating. But this might be the equivalent replacement of like the big quest chain that this character has, and it's immediately you're like, oh man, this is actually like more important than any of the even the main story of this game so far. Because the first character is just kind of wrapped up in a vague conspiracy we don't fully understand yet, but it's still ultimately just a bunch of crime lords doing crime stuff. A lot of it. And then this one is just a mass murderer who just wants to follow up on what the fallout of his mass murder was, and you're like, okay. Like it's normal for Yakuza. So you're like, okay, let's just check out the skeleton of the story and see where it goes and all that. But this is like the kind of sympathetic story that could just be the main plot of the game. Actually, we're kind of back in the Kiryu's orphanage territory. I'm sorry, standing here talking, I looked at this couch, and there are details to take in. The first thing I noticed is that to the kid's left, you could just see a hole in the couch. You can just see through the couch to the wall. So that's just a bit of a visual. But then right above that hole, you can see a weird seam, and you can actually trace that seam all the way to the bottom right corner of the screen. There's just two separate textures of the same texture of this, like, the upholstery. I don't know the word for it. Probably probably should, because I've literally worked on this kind of stuff before at an upholstery shop, but I didn't really care about learning terminology, and it didn't really come up. But that specific kind of like grid pattern that does the squish and all that, you can just see it kind of reset down there, because there's this, that seam goes all the way across. This camera angle was just not meant to happen. Whoops. I'm just a kid. Nobody will hire me. Besides, I can't do the kind of work he wants me to do. I'm not telling you to stop picking pockets, but it'd take you forever and a day to filch that much cash. Also, you probably should stop picking pockets. Like, I'm not even gonna make like a moral high ground stance thing right now. I'm just mean like, you're gonna get killed by somebody. like there's so many Yakuza members and also just people who are potentially violent. And you're going to have to roll that dice so many times, and it's going to eventually crit fail long before you actually get the money you need. I know. So I just got to make sure. Is your sister important to you? Seijima. Weird question in general, but he already, like, defended her honor a moment ago when he dared call her precocious. Of course. More than anything. I won't give up until I know she's okay. Is your sister important to you? The one that you're, you know, being a street urchin for? My folks died when I was a kid, too. My sister Yasuko meant the whole world to me. Wasn't nothing I wouldn't do to keep her safe. But I was still a kid. There came a time I was hauled in by the police, beat up by punks, and had to live miles and miles from her. A big guy like you? But you look so strong. Like I said, I was a boy. Didn't know what strength was. But you know, somebody stepped in to help me and my sis. Thanks to him, me and Yasuko got to live together again. You might say he's the very reason I'm standing here today. When I tried to thank him, he said, "Save your thanks. Just grow up to be the kind of person who doesn't look away when someone's in trouble, but who extends a helping hand." So then I murdered 20 people. But it's okay, because, like, women are damsels that need to be rescued and cherished, but men are disposable, and you can shoot at them in a mass murder, and you can justify that because of your code or whatever. He sounds like a nice man. He is. Was. I owe him big. And that's why I'm going to help your sister, Tadashi, not because I give a shit about you. I'm ready to go up to bat for you. Really? You mean it? You bet I do. I had to be taught to care about this for some reason, though. That's just kind of weird. Take me to this debt collector. Me and him, we're gonna have a little talk. You got it, big guy. Alright, Sasai-san. Time to take what you taught me and pay it forward to this kid. It's a small tangent, but in the background of this, I have remembered seeing a scene where Majima is, like, captured in a room and, like, chained to a wall and getting his ass beat. I don't remember if he explicitly lost his eye in that scene, nor can I remember whether he had his eye in the scene even, or it was already gone. But knowing that scene happened somewhere as a flashback, either in 0 or like 1 or 2 maybe. Actually don't remember where it happened. It might have been 0, that would make sense, because that's when we were dealing with him in the prequel situation. But knowing now, I'm like, oh, okay, that very well may have been the follow-up to what happened in the flashback of this campaign, where he betrayed Saijima. But we'll see. They've got to confront each other at some point. That'd be weird. That's got to be where this is going, so we'll see. Hey, I'm looking for a guy named Tadakoro. You hear? What business you have with the boss? It's none of yours, I can tell you that. Now quit being a smartass and answer me. Take a good look at who you're talking to, Gramps. Did I stutter? I ain't here to talk to chump change. Now move out of the way if you don't want to get hurt. Who you calling a chump? Don't you dare screw with us, asswipe. You won't be calling us shit after we kicked your teeth in. Sometimes I'm just like, whatever, they all get the same voice. They're basically the same person, like copy-pasted, when it comes to the crowds of random dudes. Sup? Twofer. Ooh, that was a lot of spin. Beautiful. You can at least try to aim, dude. There you go. I knew it. You're crazy strong, big guy. Thanks for noticing. Whoever you are, you're a dead man walking. I'm sure the boss saw everything. So Tadokoro's office is in here, huh? I'm going in. Tadokoro, I know you're in here. Show yourself. The boss is a very busy man, but we'll gladly listen to whatever you have to say. I already told the boys outside I ain't talking to chumps. Get in my way, and you're gonna get hurt. Yep. That's how it go. Oh! The back of the head. Face? Was that the big guy? Yeah, that's good. Those guys are annoying. Hey. Stop it. Oh. I can pick up furniture too. There's his health bar. I was wondering where it was. Where am I throwing? Oh. It hurts. It hurts. Told you so. When are you chumps ever gonna listen? So, you must be Tadokoro. Yes, I am. What can I help you with today? I'd like to have a little chat with you about this here boy. So this is what you call a chat? Did your parents raise you to beat people bloody whenever you wanted to talk? I mean, they did it. I asked to talk, and then they attacked me. It's not complicated. You might have some, like, cognitive problems. Yeah, pretty much. They taught me that rude-ass sumbitches. It's even funnier that they spelled it that way. They taught me that rude-ass sumbitches deserve whatever they got coming to them. Really, the localization department of the Yakuza games is just fucking perfect. Like, localization's so iffy across the board in games that, like, they just, the fact that they can do it, that they do so well for such long games so frequently is just, I see. I would ask you to please refrain from such behavior in the future. It's on you. It's completely on you. That all depends on your attitude. Exactly. What exactly is it that brought you here today? You know this kid, yeah? I didn't recognize him through all the grime, but it's Tadashi, the boy so fond of his sister. It's been 6 months. Have you raised the money? No, not yet. Then why are you here? To die. I'll be settling that debt. From now on, you deal with me. With you? I don't believe he has any relatives in the country apart from his uncle's family. What is your relationship to the boy? We're perfect strangers. Is that going to be a problem? On the contrary, I'm impressed. There aren't that many people like you in this day and age. Good. No problems then. No, no problems, however. What now? My agreement with Tadashi stipulated that he would get his sister back by either paying back the 5 million yen or doing jobs I assigned him. If you're going to start to be taking over his debts, though, well, that's another story. What do you mean? I won't simply take the 5 million from you in cash. No, I'll have you work it off. Either way works for me. I do whatever gig you throw at me, and you give back Tadashi's sister. Is that the deal? Oh, but it won't be just one job. You'll continue taking assignments until you've earned back every last yen. And I'm telling you that's fine by me, so quit beating around the bush and start giving me jobs I can make some money on. Yeah, this is honestly like... Usually it's like, the various characters we play as are like putting a main story on hold, and it's like, what's up with this big weird tangent where you run a hostess club? But like, this guy doesn't have that much going on. He just kind of broke out of prison and isn't part of a criminal organization and just kind of vaguely has aspirations to follow up on his past, but he can totally just like fuck off and help somebody for a year if he wants to. Very well. I'll assign you my more lucrative tasks. You do that. Well, thank you for stepping up to this. I'll contact you once I have a job lined up. Oh, I didn't catch your name. Name's Suzuki. Suzuki-san, is it? Alright then. I look forward to working with you, Suzuki-san. The feeling ain't mutual, but I'll deliver. And in return, you better keep that promise you made to Tadashi. Fade to black? Oh. Because of how... when that happens is often like a plot moment, so I was like, oh, are we getting a cutscene in this one? Are you sure about this, big guy? I'm pretty sure the job he meant... by job, he meant really bad stuff. I'm a mass murderer, child. Don't worry, I'll get your sister back. It's alright. I used to be a pretty bad guy myself. Still am. I was about to correct you, yeah, if you didn't say that part. Oh. Yep. Hundreds will die just for your sister, and that's gonna weigh on your conscience for the rest of your life. Now, I want you to remember this, Tadashi. There's nothing bad in the world except turning your back on someone in need, which is why I'm gonna kill so many people for you. The real moral quandary here. My boss taught me that, and that's why I'm gonna help you. Catch my drift? Uh-huh. Thanks, big guy. Thank me when you and your sister are back together. Now come on, let's head home. Huh? But I don't. You got no place to go, right? Then stay at my hideout. We've got plenty of room for you. Okay. Let me get my stuff first. Go on ahead, big guy. I'll see you there. Huh? Well, alright. Come home before it gets too late now. I will. Oh yeah, here. I found something for you. Whoa. Whoa. Don't you need this kind of stuff for the debt? I guess not anymore. Heh. Much obliged, kid. Isn't that worth like 100,000 yen? That is a not insignificant percentage of your debt. Catch you later. Maybe he just has no clue. How did he pickpocket a golden plate? How close am I to the thrift store? It's like around the corner, I think. Gonna head over there. Pretty sure this is like absurdly valuable. It's not a platinum one, I guess, but it's pretty up there. No. No. It's pretty fucking funny that you can like stealth past these guys. Oh, that's Comro Castle. That's what I went there in 3 a lot. Mahjong? Nope. Oh, Ibusupan's one more street down. Yeah, there's the castle I kept working for last game. I think I give up on Mahjong. Like, I tried for 2 games to figure out how to play it, and I still don't get it. I vaguely get that it's kind of like poker, which I also don't know how to play or that really. But, well, I kind of had a vague idea of what stuff's worth. Or what some hands are. I just could never figure out how to score or what's going wrong. So I'd be like, why won't it let me do the thing? Why haven't I won yet? What's going on? And I just, it's, a pawn shop, huh? Takes me back. Used to go all the time when I needed money. As opposed to now when I'm fucking loaded, apparently. Yeah, it's worth 100,000 yen. Jeez. Oh, I have another one. Oh. Maybe he gave me the gold-plated dish and not the gold plate, which I'm now realizing are different items. I didn't know that. A gold plate's 100 grand and a gold-plated dish is 10 grand. Did not know those were two different items. They even have the same icon. That's how kind of silly it is. There's just a bunch of nonsense in my inventory. Mostly. I'm loaded now. Well, there we go. So what do I do now? Do I go meet up with him at my own hideout? Is it completed? It's completed. I'm not sure if I'm completely clear on what happened. Do I just wait for him to call me on the phone? Do I go back to him? Or do I go back to my own hideout? Or do I continue to the next chapter of the story and then it follows up on? It gets followed up on? I can try to check my hideout if I can remember how to get... What was that prompt for? Where is it? It's a food magazine called Commercial Gourmet. Should I read it? I guess? Wow. Cool. This showcases cool places to eat and coupons for great deals. Sure? Why did I do that? I thought I was finding like one of these guys, yeah. So I was, equipment. I still don't have any, right? Yeah. 333. And nothing else is... Yeah, you can't equip watches. Watches don't do things. I finally got my first piece of equipment. I really do need to go find a shop. Especially since I have some money. Okay, so there's a quest over there. There is a not small problem I'm facing with this campaign, which is the part where I have to try to remember where my hideout is. I'm sorry, but I immediately forget over and over again because it's at the end of some convoluted series of tunnels underground. As opposed to just being in like a part of the town that you access immediately at that spot. So I think I go from the underground mall. That's the surface. Fuck. Where do I live? Shit. There's definitely a real risk that I'll re-forget this every session. Maybe even in the same session. I think I was already forgetting it before too, or I'm just like, where the fuck? These old dudes just seem to... I don't... Shit. Like, the map's not the most helpful for this kind of situation. Can I even look at other maps? Map select. Kind of. But then what does it mean? Saigo's training grounds is under here. There's a weapon shop here. Where even is this place? Is that supposed to be the... Wait, this is... Is this supposed to be the roofs? I guess it is, yeah. Who's Saigo? Oh, the big punchy man. Not, I briefly thought he was the other guy. Whereas this is the underground. So I think, oh, it's the back of Theater Square, or not, the back of the Millennium Tower tunnel. Is that my hideout? Maybe it is. It's not really, like, labeled, but there's a quest there, so that's probably the right place. If nothing else, there's a quest there, so I can go do that quest. If nothing else. I'm a bit hopeless. I've been given a pretty navigatable place up until now that I've gotten really used to. And now they're layering on stuff that's kind of hard to track. It's different from when they give me a place like Sotenbori that is like, okay, here's a nice, flat, landmark-filled place that I can parse very straightforwardly. Boxy garbage! They're giving me a arcane series of samey-looking tunnels under the town that are connected by loading screens. There's like a lack of continuity to locations that makes them harder to remember. I'll get there like eventually, but not immediately. Fuck you! He teleported me all the way back upstairs. Hey, you're the bastard who gave my lady the shakedown? No one messes with the Yakuza's woman gets away with it, not alive anyway. Oh, I see, I was mistaken. Sorry, here's prideful yen. 5,000. I don't even know who the second guy was. He could have just been a random bystander that walked up to me. Oh man, sorry, I was mistaken. I do look forward to getting back to the modern-ish games. Whenever they start doing the Yakuza... Okay, we're here, thank God. The Yakuza 0-ish thing, or whatever, where you could just run past them. Because the only thing more annoying than too many random encounters is having a dedicated conversation every single time, I guess? There's like a level of it that's like kind of cute and kind of amusing, but then it just keeps happening all the time. And you're like, I just want to go somewhere. This game is really long, and I promise you it has enough combat already. I don't need, like, they inject a fight into every quest, even if it doesn't seem like a combat quest. I just don't need the randos. It's fine. Welp. Ah, I made a new one again. I don't even know if there's a delete button to trim them down. It just feels weird to have too many. But no, I think I only fell into having 4 saves because I just didn't want to scroll in the previous game. God damn it, this... How do I... The map's weird in this game. Including the fact that, like, I can't look at the map. Like, there was a list of maps earlier with different floors, and that button's gone now. So now I can't look at that, and so that makes it confusing where that is? Is it down here? They're like, here's a special map, and then you go to the place on the map where that was, and you're like, okay, where is it though? Is it down here? Okay. Yeah, there's layers and layers of floors here, and there is a map interface for looking at all the different floors, but it goes away once you enter this area, which is the really complex area where there's like 4 floors stacked on each other. So you're like, wait, what was that question mark I saw in the world map? What was that supposed to be? It feels like an incomplete feature. Come on, give us back what you stole already. Femme fatale? Uh-oh. And don't even think about running. Hey, what are you doing? None of your business. What's it to you, anyway? Get lost. No. Oh, we're not immediately fighting. Here, let's do the fighting. We're a bunch of men in suits. You don't look too gentlemanly. Please, help me. Not so fast. You? I thought I told you to get lost. It's clear as a cat. What? It's clear as a kappa you're up to some shady shit. Are kappas clear? That's not one of the things I've heard about them. Which isn't your problem, so beat it already. When someone asks me for help, it becomes my problem. Especially when they're surrounded by a bunch of suits. Great, we've got us a wannabe hero. Look, this is one damsel in distress you don't want to save. Meddle in our business, and there will be real consequences. That a threat? No, it's a promise. Playing hero for some woman you've never met will get you killed. Hey, dumbass, hello in there. I guess you're ignoring my warning. Guess I am. Then you've painted us into a corner, trying to get your blood on my suit. Maybe you should try wearing red. Or brown. Stolen joke. Why'd you guys lined up based on BMI? That was weird. Like left to right, they went from skinny to not, in like a gradient. I'm like, what? Are you like a cell phone signal bar? Oh, that's a waste of heat. Yep, didn't even hit somebody else with them. But I dinged! Boom! I just got that dry cleaned. Your bark sure is worse than your bite. Did you hit... This is why there's a difficulty curve problem in these games. Most fights literally don't hit you. You don't even have to try. And then they're like, and here's a boss fight, he's impossible! And it's like, okay, like, Dark Souls boss fights are hard, but they'd be a lot harder if the rest of the game was also never hard. Then you'd be like, what the how do I fight this? This game was like Dynasty Warriors until now. Thank you. My name's Salary. And you are? Ah, Suzuki. Well, thank you, Suzuki-san. Lucky me getting saved by such a manly hero. I'm glad chivalry isn't dead. What's up with these suits, anyhow? Yapping about you stealing from them. That's not important. It is, though? But speaking of your heroism, I wonder if I could ask you for one more teensy little favor. Would you take this CD-ROM to a man waiting in the subway tunnel, then bring me the briefcase he hands off to you? What? Realm? What's a realm? That what you stole? Does it just say it on the disc, I guess? Yes. That shiny plate you got. That shiny plate got some kind of value or what? He doesn't know what a CD is because he's been in jail for 20 years. More than you can imagine. It's what's inside that counts. And this is like, what, 2010? So like it was already almost a dead format by now. So you missed the whole window. Oh yeah? I don't get it. You don't have to believe me to help me. I'll compensate you too. Will you do this for me? I saw a lady in trouble and stepped in to help. That's it. Don't want nothing to do with your CD-ROM schemes. Do what you like. But if you ask... do what you like, but if you ask me, this kind of business is way too risky for a woman. Now you're being sexist. Yes. It seems I can't persuade you then. Seems that way. Fine, then I'll go by myself. Alone. But please, if anything happens to me... No, never mind. All right, I suppose this is it. Farewell. Okay, you can't call him sexist, but then also play into the sexism to be like, because she's doing the femme fatale thing where she uses her gender as a weapon. That's the goal. Oh no, pretty old me. As I get messed up in this seedy business, who knows what's gonna happen? I love that he doesn't know what a CD is. I love this detail. I almost forget sometimes that he's just so completely out of his own time period. They don't always play it up that strongly. Okay, so we found our way down here. At least I have something to follow up on if I don't necessarily know what to do with the kid. Oh right, I leveled up. Oh. I had to clear the prompt first. We have 3 points. Heat's always the priority. I have all of them. Wow, I have all of heat and all of body. Jeez. There's only so many things to buy at some point, right? So dashing tackles Y while running? If I hold Y, it turns into a charging tackle? That sounds interesting. I want to see what that's like. What's that? Is that my only level 1 left? It is. Stability. Makes it difficult to be knocked down in heat mode. So I have every level 1 unlocked, every body, and every heat. Yep, there's still a decent number of levels left because these are some expensive ones here. You definitely seems like everybody caps out around level 20 or earlier, though. It's a pretty quick level curve, which is what happens, I guess, when you have 4 characters in the same campaign. Where is he? Where is he? Ba-dip-ba-doop. Is there a faster way to get around? I'm not sure there is. I guess it would have to be the parking garage, right? Yeah. A decent bit of this is going to kind of depend on me. I gotta figure out how this parking garage is connected or something. I don't know. There's gotta be some way that makes this work. I think if you can figure out how the parking garage is connected and remember it, you might be able to go from my hideout part of the underground to the mall part of the underground without coming back up here. In this kind of awkward place where the fastest way is basically just to take a taxi from up here or run across town. It's one of those things where no matter what way you go, it's not exactly a huge trip. But it just definitely feels like there's got to be a faster way. Although it might just be because they're both underground areas, so you just intuitively would think they'd be connected because they feel closer. And so going to the above ground area to navigate between them feels wrong. But that could just be a wrong instinct. Bloody binding. Equipment. Bloody cloth. Wow. Unsanitary, honestly. Pretty gross. I don't even know what you do with the cat's key. You just sell it? Are you guys equipment? A cloth used by a fighter at the Colosseum that is now drenched in dried blood. Fucking gross. This bloody binding gives off a peculiar air. I'll need to be extra cautious when using it. Minus 49 to every armor type. Jeez. So this one's challenge mode equipment, and this one is a crafting material, I guess, not equipment. And both are pretty gross conceptually. But hey, at least I got shin guards. Haha. Didn't she say she's going to the underground mall? Feel like I'm in for more than I bargained for with that salary lady. Didn't she say she was going to the underground mall? How did I miss her? I walked through, right? She might be down here. I'm just trying to avoid this guy coming after me, making me do more fights. Was it the mall or the parking lot? This is a somewhat unusual case where the prompt is just not very... Phew! Are you the assassin? Why is it doing this? Is this the guy? There he is. Get the pink text. What? Jesus, that's brutal. I completely forgot about the sculpture thing, but even if I remembered, I wasn't ready for him to just randomly pull out a log. He just had a sculpture depicting a revelation from an idiotic hitman. Essential of bell ringing. Oh my god. The essence of bell ringing. Yeah, that guy was an idiot. He just... Oh, is that his car? It's just there now. It was funny that he went from like this like sobbing because of the amount of pain he was in to then being like, on second thought, I've got to postpone. Like he still put on his fucking suave phone voice in between sobs. I'm pretty sure that made no sense though. They just, whoa, like there was a guy there for a second, then he'd vanish. Oh, they do the cyberpunk thing where the crowds where the crowds vanish when you look away from them. Because it's just random, it's just like a random crowd tech that just spawns random people constantly in random places. Then they vanish if you take them off camera. That's so trippy. Hello, random guys. Hey, you're always there. It's kind of fascinating to see it in action down here. It doesn't look as weird in town, because I guess probably just because there's way more of them. But here you start really seeing the weirdness of it. But yeah, I don't think you would feel a cigarette through your pants. Especially since it would just bounce off immediately. There might be a shitty little spot on your pants now, but... oh well. Obviously, the panty raider or whatever the fuck, like most of these aren't gonna make any sense anyway, but that one was like, hang on a minute. I don't see why that would ever be, I don't even think that would be a problem. I was imagining something way more dramatic, like the cigarette's gonna land on some kind of flammable thing, and there's gonna be a flame in his car. But apparently that was the inspiration we took, is we needed to see that kind of thing happen before we realized, wait, I can use my incredible strength and bulk as a super dude to put somebody else in a metaphorical car crash. I needed to be taught that, apparently. Okay, I had to look this up. I think I just, like, you were supposed to trigger an event while you were leaving the area, but I, like, left in the wrong direction or something, as far as I can tell. Invisible quest triggers can be rough. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was supposed to come upstairs this way, not the other way. How dare I? You're the one who helped that woman escape. What gives? Where'd she go? You tell us, alright? Even if we have to beat it out of you. I can only... I think I just have to rank this as a genuine mistake in the game's design. Like, they just kind of seemingly forgot that I might leave in a different direction, or that I could, or something. It's weird. Because I just walked out of that area, and you were supposed to trigger this event on the way out, which is how you have any more context, I assume. That's awkward. Reminds me of that time when in Ocarina of Time, I broke the story for a while and couldn't figure out why the story wasn't continuing, because somebody told me somebody in the game was like, go to Kakariko Village or whatever the fuck, and instead of walking straight there via the linear map, I used like the teleport song to warp somewhere close to it and approach it from behind, and like the next cutscene that makes the story happen only happens if you enter Kakariko Village from a specific direction. So it's like an invisible trigger that you're not told specifically how to do. So I'm just like, I'm in Kakariko Village. Why isn't like the story happening? What's up? And it's like, no, you gotta walk in this direction from this door, and it only happens if you load in from that side, not just when you walk on that side of town. And it's just like, ah, fuck. But no, it's perfect. That game's perfect. Damn it. You can bet your ass that because the people always have to insist that games like that are perfect, that it was my fault and not the game's fault that it was scripted that way. I don't know fuck all about no woman. You want to find her? Then start looking, assholes. Salary's got herself into some serious shit. Excuse me. What do you want? I work as a scout for Shine, a hostess club on Pink Street. None of that made a damn lick of sense. Just walk it back and start over at Scout, yeah? Huh? Oh, a Scout's, like a doorman, I guess? Are you? Oh, a doorman. Should have said so in the first place. Is a Scout like a doorman? Isn't a Scout somebody that goes throughout town looking for people to hire? So what's going on? You know those men in black you just fought off? There are some lurking around our club, too. And? I was just wondering if you happen to know who they are? Nope. Sorry. Oh. Alright. I suppose I'll have to alert the police then. With those creeps hanging around, our guests don't feel safe. We're losing business and fast. Yeah, you probably should have started there, honestly, instead of hoping to run into a random hobo that's fighting some of them on the other side of town for no reason. Or we're not even near Pink Street, are we? It's fine, though. If you don't know, you don't know. Thanks anyway. And sorry to have bothered you. Isn't Pink Street in the bottom right corner of the map, and I'm in theater school? What? So those suits have some buddies over on Pink Street, huh? Am I insane? Isn't Pink Street down here? Yes, I nailed it. Why would you be up here? What the fuck? It's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's just that, but I will point it out every time it happens, because it is like, what? But no, Yakuza relies heavily on people just kind of randomly encountering each other for no reason, just to make the next part of the plot happen. That's why I just called it in the main story earlier in this chapter, when it's like, what do you mean you just want to go to your apartment for no reason? That's weird. Why would you go to your old apartment? That wouldn't be a lead at all. It's like, oh, because you need to randomly encounter the character from Akiyama's storyline and see the connection there. A character you didn't know who existed and would never know to meet there, and also was on the roof of your apartment. Like, not even your... You wouldn't even naturally run into him by going towards your apartment. He was on the roof of all places. But it's like, it's fine. We just gotta trigger the next thing. Sometimes you just gotta get characters to be in a place and you don't know how to do it. So you just do it and hope people don't think about it too hard. But that's what I do, baby! Fuck. Where are they? Is it these guys? Sometimes the people are like, there's too much complaining and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, it's sometimes a bit of an overreaction to classify it as complaining, so much as like, the game gave me a thing to talk about, so I'm gonna talk about it for a while I'm like running around, because I gotta run around for a while. It's like, let's discuss that silly thing that happened. Where the fuck are the suits on Pink Street? Go to North Pink Street and hope this cop doesn't catch me? I like how this entire crowd vanished when I turned the camera. It's so fucking weird. Oh, there we go. Oh wow, what a crowded street. Was that the original game or is it a remaster thing? It could have been the original game. This was a... Well, it was a PS3 game, right? Yeah. The first 2 games were PS2 games, which is why they made Kiwamis of them. And then they just ported the rest because they were PS3 games. And they're like, eh, good enough. I mean, a little weird to call it like an HD remake when it's already HD, you know? It just port it. And also re-decide which content stays. Both removing and adding content in parallel. Localization and porting is a lot. Senpai Businessman. What a name. What? Have you heard about this married couple around here that are experts in kung fu? I wonder what their fights are like. Oh wait. That's not what I'm here for. Fuck. Those are the people that are talking about like the event or whatever. That girl's being chased. I think I remember him mentioning Pink Street. Okay, well that's not working. So let's look for Shine, specifically. Should be a pink icon? Club Asia. Club Shine. Okay. So 2 left turns from now. Not necessarily on the left turn. Well, not necessarily. It is on the left turn, like right at the turn, not actually turning. It's a cop again, because he's always in the same spot, apparently. No. Oh. No, that's not them either. I keep seeing them, but that's like something else. Fuck! I'm... Go away! It's never just the one guy. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. Bad news for you. Oh! He's dead. There's just certain actions where it's just really hard to accept the idea that they survived. Bye. Wow, Tauriner. I have so much Tauriner. Uh-oh. Well, Blooding Binding is useless. Get rid of that. Okay. So they fixated on Pink Street, so I thought the event was going to happen in Pink Street, but maybe I have to go... No? Because, yeah, I was just thinking, okay, it's not happening on Pink Street. Maybe I'm supposed to go into Club Shine? But going into club... Oh, I'm supposed to go down Pink Alley, apparently. You couldn't have picked a better time to show up. You're the ones who are harassing that woman. And you're the one who got in our way, big time. You know where she is. If you know where she is, it'd be in your best interest to tell us. I don't know where she's at. Don't play dumb with us. Where's that CD-ROM? CD what? Ugh. I'll teach you to mess with us. You're in cahoots with her, aren't you? You'll wish you told us in the first place when you confessed through a mouthful of broken teeth. CD what? iPod, no U-pod. Do you have a knife? Are you planning on using it at some point? Nope. He was too kawaii. His name was almost that. It just says LOL back there. Alright. You'll pay for this, damn it. Snot-nosed crooks like you never learn. I don't know nothing about no woman, so leave me the fuck alone. Also, I'm lying. Bye. XOXO. Aw, hugs and kisses on the license plate. What's she up to anyhow? They wouldn't be this dead set on hunting her down over nothing. She mentioned the subway tunnel. Ah, hell. Guess I'll go check it out. So I guess the story context is you basically had to encounter a bunch of random scenarios where you keep getting harassed by punks to then motivate you to finally follow up on where you knew she was. And so you weren't necessarily allowed to just like go straight to where you knew she was in the meantime. The subway tunnel. Now I just gotta remember where that was. Can I get there from... Do I get there from my tunnel, or do I get there from the parking lot tunnel, or both? I'll have to remember. Oh well.